Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, the content that we're going to cover on today's bullet points is another opinion article, but this is a guest opinion article, and it's not about the topic. It's not about where it was actually published. It's about who wrote it, because that is sending shivers down the spine of the left gun controllers, because this is the nail in the coffin. If you guys are looking for the ultimate victory in the end, if you're looking to really move forward on our gun rights and preserve the Second Amendment and pass it to the next generation, we're dedicated to it, but this is where it's at, is the next generation, because they're starting to question. And for the left, particularly on gun control and on their key tenets and their columns of their ideology, you can't question anything. You guys all know that. If you question anything, you're a bad person. Let me know in the comments below what you think, because this right here is crucial. Everything that we do has an impact. Check this out. This is from a graduate student, okay? They're not supposed to be questioning like this. Check this out. Guest column. How much government is too much? Okay. This is by someone named Brian Diallo. I'm going to put it up on the screen right here, and they are a graduate student. They wrote this for a class project, and something tells me the class project grade might not be that great. But this is important, guys, because the way that we move this ball forward, the way that we move our constitutionally protected rights in the offensive direction is by that next generation. Every single thing that you do when you take someone to the range, when you have a conversation with someone, when you endorse and fan that flame of freedom that is deep within everyone's heart, this is the outcome. Check this out. This is referring to the Massachusetts issue of Smith & Wesson leaving for Tennessee. There is a lot in the news this week about the newly proposed Massachusetts gun laws that have led for a long-time manufacturer to seek a new headquarters in a much more Second Amendment-friendly state. We covered that on this channel, but it only makes sense. But this is the point. This graduate student is asking from an economic and political perspective and impact perspective. They're not supposed to do this. If you are on the left, it is hive mind, homogeny of thought. That is the only way to go. If you question, you must be a righty. Here we go. Check this out. With the announcement by Smith & Wesson that they will be moving to Tennessee, this raises the issue of what is constitutional and what is unconstitutional, and when too much government is not good for business. During the announcement, Smith & Wesson mentioned that 750 jobs will be leaving Massachusetts and relocating to Tennessee. That's the graduate student talking about unconstitutionality versus constitutionality, and when do laws and control from the left go too far to where businesses relocate and they feel the economic and political impacts and human impacts in those areas. They're making the deeper rooted connections. This is not everyone in college, everyone in university, but for you to start seeing articles like this, it's starting to show up. And I personally have experience with a lot of employees who are between the ages of 20 and 25, and a lot more of them are libertarian and leave me alone than you might think. But let's keep going and look at what they're actually questioning, because this is where we fan the flame and we put fertilizer on these green shoots of freedom. According to Smith & Wesson press release, key factors in the decision to move included the following, and these are all the points that are crucially important. Support for the Second Amendment business-friendly environment. Well, that's an obvious with the Second Amendment company. Quality of life for employees and cost of living and affordability. Okay? Quality of life, that's because it's a nicer environment, has less legislation, and it's a less pain in the butt to live there. Affordability of, cost of living, that's because the taxes aren't insanely high from the left entitlements and all the different infrastructure that the left has built into Massachusetts. Access to higher education, because again, lower barriers to entry in that area. There's more land, there's more population. Tennessee has the ability to expand. Availability of qualified labor for its operations and headquarter functions. You've got a labor force there. Done. And money, I bet you bottom dollar, they can actually get a lower wage per employee in Tennessee than in Massachusetts because of the laws and because of the taxes. Favorable location for efficiency and distribution. They're moving from the northeast to the right in the middle of the country on the eastern coast-ish area, right? Almost into Ohio, Kentucky region. That's almost the middle of the country. Their logistics shipping costs just went down. How much government is too much government when considering public health as we consider such debates like the mandatory situation across the public and private sectors, and how that impacts individual right to work and not have their liberty or privacy rights violated by overreaching government through newly created legislation. That right there is the seed of freedom. If you've never seen the seed of freedom, that's the seed of freedom. Because when you question authority and when you question legislation and when you question the why behind what these people are doing, which is a tenet on this channel, it starts to fall apart. What have I always said? The left, from gun control to abortion to anything, immigration, none of them, their talking points, their focus groups, none of it will stand in a collective. It only stands by itself. That's what this person is saying. This is a graduate student questioning is non-constitutional actions and overreach by government actually a bad thing that we've been told the whole time it's a good thing? This is Green Shoots, people, and this is where we pour water and fertilizer. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. This is Braden, signing out.